Movie for the day. This is a Bollywood movie inspired from a real life story of Milka Singh. Obviously, this movie comes under a biopic genre. The screenplay of the movie runs in a non-linear way. For the purpose of better understanding, we will travel linearly. The movie begins in a small village near Punjab. This time period was before independence. Milka Singh with his family, in spite of their poverty, there was no famine for happiness. Milka used to go to school with his friend Samprit, and his life was no different from a normal kid until the day of independence, the doomsday. When India and Pakistan got separated, the dispute influenced Milka's village. Thugs from Pakistan broke into the village and shot everyone to death. Milka's dad asked Milka to run in his native slang. "Bhag Milka, bhag!" Milka escaped and reached India and has nowhere to go. Meet his elder sister fortunately. But his sister's husband never seemed to be friendly, and things didn't work out. Milka got a new group of friends who steal for living, and Milka grows up with them, stealing coal from steam engines and so on. Milka has ended his teen part of his life having no aim and care with an attractive physique, and also fell in love with a girl. Fortunately, the girl was also in love with Milka, but asked him to settle up things in his life, and she promised to wait for him to settle. So when all the doors were closed, the door of Indian army opened up for Milka. That's where he meets Gurudev Singh, sports coach for the troops. He announced about the upcoming 400 meters running event and also added, for the top 10 runners, milk and egg are given as a part of their diet. The milk pot inspired Milka, and he made into top 10. The coach seems to be giving special attention on Milka's running. Gurudev saw something within Milka that nobody has ever seen. Gurudev gave him special training, relieving him from fatigue works and made him run and run. Milka was selected for the next inter competition. That's where he saw the Indian blazer for the first time. He tried that blazer and unfortunately was caught by the Indian champion, who was the owner of the blazer. He was not at all generous enough, so striped Milka and treated him bad. Milka's coach advised him that if you want to wear one, you should owe one. Beat him in the race and owe it. The practice got doubled up and the hunger for victory has increased. Now the blazer guy who notices this punctured Milka's feet with nails without anyone's knowledge. In spite of bleeding, Milka entered into track with bandages all over his feet and fury to success in his heart. With a great hustle, Milka won the race and hearts all together. Yes, Milka represents India. After tasting the success, he went to his sister by wearing the blazers he longed for. She hardly recognized him at the first sight and wept into tears of joy. Later he came to know that her love of life was married to someone that broke him so hard. The next day he flew Australia for an event with Ranveer Singh, India's coach. That's where he meets Stella, granddaughter of an Australian coach. Both got interested on each other and dated. Losing focus on the game, Milka was not able to win the race. He blamed himself for the failure and was so depressed and left Australia. On his way, he was so determined about the upcoming races and asked the coach about the world record for 400 meters. He started practicing hard with the motivation of Ranveer Singh to crack the world record of 45.9 seconds. He ran several races across several countries and won them all. And got several honorary awards. And guess what? Yes, Milka finally broke the world record in 400 meters. Met his former coach and cherished his success path. And on one fine day, Prime Minister announced about the upcoming India-Pakistan event. That's where things collapse. The memories of Milka's family strike through his head. The much awaited Rome Olympics came and Milka, who was distracted by the memories, failed to get on top. Hatred starts spreading everywhere. And there comes the India-Pakistan sports event. Milka initially refused to go. Later, after a lot of counseling by PM himself, Milka accepted the challenge. He went to Pakistan and went to his homeland and retrieved his memories and wept for a few minutes. There he meets his old friend Samprit, and that was an emotional scene to handle. And finally the day came. Milka was all set on the track. His papa's voice on his head. Bag Milka, bag! He ran and he won. End of the story.